Hey, good afternoon, guys. Well, I got a nice little story for you. Let's go ahead and talk about this story first before I tell you what we're going to do. As you can see, we're standing in front of here of the John Deere 4250, and I got a little package on the front of the weights. Now, just I want to make a video, the wind's going to pick up, but it's a very important story here. So we're going to be hooking up the John Deere 3970, and we're going to talk about fraud before we get to hook this up. Now, some of you guys know me as the farmer, so we're going to refer, for instance, to me as the farmer, and let's talk about this little story up front. Well, everybody can see that I got a package, and you can read the name where it came from a little bit, maybe if you want. So, it came in FedEx. I just don't want to see my address here to the farm, but anyway, ELM Custom Harvesting. Got a package from FedEx. So hopefully you can hear me okay. We're going to start off with the story. I have some things here I had for sale on the farm, and I was contacted through email about purchasing this item. And I know it's not the John Deere 4250. And we're just trying to get things done around here. Anyway, so they contacted me and said they're going to send me a check. So we'll pull the check out of that thing. And as a farmer, I'm very cautious. I don't trust anybody anymore. I don't care who you are. If you want to purchase something from me, I need cash in the hand when you leave the farm. I've been burnt many times now, and I shouldn't say many, probably a handful, 5 times, 6 times now, just because I'd like to trust people. And I'm a farmer, and I work hard for everything I have here on the farm. So let's go back to the envelope here. And so I got an email, and kind of thought it was suspicious right away. They're going to send me a check plus for freight for the item. So I thought, okay. So I got another email this morning. I didn't really talk to him, and because the guy was out of town, and he was getting his business. It's a business check. It's a company check, and each of the names you see on the video, you may go Google them. The bank that's rolled off. Go ahead. I'm not going to pronounce them. I'm going to just let you look at it. You jump on your phones and start Googling it and see how legit it is, and tell me what you think. But fraud is a very, very penalty where you can get, in big trouble. So I've got checks in the mail. I got checks like this because my tobacco business. I got some checks that were across over in Japan. Some checks like that came in for checks that were not drawn off U.S. funds. So I'm really familiar with this kind of stuff. And I didn't even call my bank or anything. Got the FedEx. It said that he gave me the FedEx tracking number, and I said to my wife, put it in. I see if it's actually on its way, and yes, it was. It was going to be here by 8 o'clock this morning. Now, early this morning, I had to go and get my physical for my CDL, my medical card. A lot of people don't know what that is, but all truck drivers that drive commercially must carry a medical card, plus a couple other things now. It's a physical, like an old guy like me, I get it now every 2 years. Some guys have to do it every year, but I'm still at 2 years. So I thought I'd make this video while I was coming up here. I'm going to hook this up here, the 3970 pull type, and go ahead and service it and get it ready. I want to sit in the shade here as working, but I thought, well, I want to tell this story. And I know I'm not a very good storyteller, so don't judge me right away. I'm a farmer. But I'm a farmer that I don't like being taken advantage of. And any farmer don't like to be taken advantage of. So we come back to the package. You can see my name on there. I have my business name on it. And FedEx. Everything's legit. So it's set here this morning. Back up here until I get it out of here. This is not a small check. Now I guess you can see everything on here, the check, but yeah. So here we go. There's the bank. Here's the routing number on the bottom. There's my business name. This is the gentleman that was supposedly be buying the item. There's the amount, $9,500. Pay date, 5/2/2019. And it's a typical business with see-through. Everything legit. So when I do business, everything goes through the business name, because we are a business. We might be a hobby, but we're a business farm. So you can go ahead and it's out in Illinois, and I have some good friends out in Illinois, don't I? Somewhere out there. They can call and look for that bank out there. And I just Googled it, and it comes up, nice website. I Googled that name. He comes up a nice website for a business. Well, what's wrong with this now, farmer? You got a nice size check. Why don't you just run to the bank and cash it quick? Well, the emails kind of threw me off a little bit, because when I do business, I like to talk to anybody I'm doing business with. And, you know, and I like to put on, oh, there goes the check. My business checks always have a memo, so what they're purchasing. So it's like a receipt. And I didn't have it on here. Well, there might be some checks out there that don't have this. So you guys can go ahead and Google this guy's name, because you're good at that. Some of you guys are. And you can Google that bank out there in Illinois. There's the routing number. So I called. Well, first thing I said to my wife, I said, go ahead and look that bank up. I'm going to call and see if that funds are available to that account before I drive to my bank and deposit it. Most people would have just signed the back, stamped my business stamp on the back, and deposit it. So that to me, it just kind of was a red flag. No memo. The email was a little fishy. So it was just a lot of things red flagging me. So as a business owner, I called out to the bank, and they answered. And I said, she answered as the Bank of Illinois. And I said, I received a check and I want to verify the funds. And, well, what's your name? Well, I said, it's in my business name. I gave it to her. And right away, she goes, yeah. She gave me this plumbing guy's name. And she says, yes, that is a fake check. That is a fraud check. And I said, well, I kind of figured it was. But here's the funny part. The lady that answered the phone to this bank, she knew his name before I even mentioned his name. And I think they're in it with it too, this deal. But as a farmer, we cannot take fraud lightly, because it's our livelihood, what we work for. I could have put that money in my account and trusted this person and, you know, cashed it or whatever. And I've been dealing with a mess. So my moral of my story would be, anybody that deals with other people and purchasing things, somebody's word is not worth anything anymore. Contracts, verbal contracts are not worth anything anymore. Shake of a hand, two farmers shaking their hand, no, that's not worth nothing anymore. And that's sad. The world we live in, we can't even make a deal and have all kinds of problems like this. I just want to make this video for you guys that end up finding yourself in this situation. Google the bank on the check first, and you can give them the routing. That darn check just keeps bouncing all over, so you know it's no good. But the moral of the story here, we go back in here. I guess you guys got to see it good enough so you can do. But what I do is first is call the bank. The routing number's here. Give them that routing number. Then the checking account, and then give them the amount and see if it's available. Those 3 things are going to save you a lot of headaches. Never ship anything on a check. If someone writes you a check for any piece of item on the farm, don't let the item go until it's cleared. The only way an item leaves on this operation if it's cash. And I had a couple guys come in here with a lot of $100 bills already to take the item right away. So all I want to say is, guys, fraud is real, and I just want to prove it right to there. You guys can pause it, Google those bank numbers, and learn what could have cost me dearly. And not just my time, running to the bank, trying to find the item, trying to do this, trying to do it. You know, if I left the item go out the driveway with a check like that, and not, and, you know, taking someone's word and they're all happy, and we live in a world that's crooked, and it's a shame for a young farmer to experience this. This is my first one, a fraud check written to me. But I was smart enough. I had my wife Google the bank. I called the bank. There's a legit number on that website. You call them. It's out in Illinois, so I guess those guys are a little bit different out there than us in here in Pennsylvania, but they felt they're going to pull one over on us on the East Coast here. But yeah, the things didn't add up. It was another business check. And that's another thing. They use a business check because the business check will always clear faster than a personal check. So just my little thought for this afternoon video. As I finish up hooking up, I'm going to do another video as how we hook it up and get the controls in the cab ready to go. And not everybody's going to be your friend in this world. Some of us will learn the hard way, but I'm old enough now to realize I don't care if it was a $9 check. I don't care what it was. A fraud is a fraud when you write a check. And it would have bounced into my account. It would have, you know, if I just deposited with the rest of my checks today. We live in a rough world. So I hope you enjoy this a little bit and the information. The title that's going to be the farmers got taken across with a fraud check. Just do your research. If someone sends you a check for an item, make sure that item is listed on the memo on the bottom of that check, left hand corner. There's a memo. I might be wrong, not all checks have that, but I'll tell you what, every check I ever wrote had a memo. And you can put a serial number or whatever that item is that they're buying on that check. When you cash, that's a contract. So, well, I got to get to work, but that's all I'm saying today is you always want to make sure you look things over, and then don't take anybody's word for a handshake or anything else. Make sure you have it in writing, because in the long run it can cost you a lot of money. Hope you guys have a great day, and next video will be hooking this up, so talk to you later.